He read a lot of books, hired smart people to teach him, experimented a lot, failed a lot, succeeded a lot, and never gave up. That's Elon Musk, the richest person on Earth, soon to be trillionaire. The guy who's actively trying to move humanity to Mars, not because of a school degree, but because he taught himself how rockets work. He didn't just sit through endless business lectures. He studied physics and engineering on his own, built companies from scratch, and worked insane hours until they succeeded. Now, he does have bachelor's degrees in economics and physics, which sure is impressive. But let's be real, his real education came from trial, error, and probably more near bankruptcies than he would like to admit. Right now, Musk is everywhere. He is running Tesla, the electric car company that made EVs cool, and somehow convinced people to pay extra for a steering wheel that looks like it belongs in a spaceship. He is the CEO of SpaceX, which not only lands rockets upright, but is dead serious about making humans an interplanetary species. He owns Starlink, a satellite internet network that provides high-speed connections to remote villages, military operations, and even war zones. He took over Twitter, rebranded it as X, and turned it into his own personal megaphone where he announces company decisions, picks fights, and sometimes just posts memes. He is also behind Neuralink, which is developing brain chips that could help people with paralysis and, in the future, possibly connect human brains directly to AI. And then there is the Boring Company, which digs tunnels under cities to fight traffic because apparently he thinks the best way to solve congestion is to go underground like a mole. If that wasn't enough, he is now in politics. Trump has put him in charge of a cost-cutting government initiative called Doge, which is a reference to Musk's favorite joke cryptocurrency, Dogecoin. This is not just some advisory gig. Musk is actively reshaping the federal government, pushing for budget cuts, restructuring agencies, and making sure efficiency becomes a priority. He is even overseeing efforts to reform the federal payment system, which, knowing Musk, probably means he will try to make everything payable in Dogecoin. Now, how can one person run all of these billion-dollar companies at the same time? Simple. He works more than anyone else on Earth. He has said that he works 80 to 100 hours a week, often sleeps in the office, and once admitted that if he could stop sleeping entirely, he would. His meetings are short, his decision-making is fast, and he does not waste time on anything unnecessary. He is obsessed with efficiency, and if you are in a meeting that does not need you, he expects you just to leave. His journey did not start easy. Born in South Africa, he moved to Canada at 17, then to the US for university. His first company was Zip2, which was basically an early version of Google Maps mixed with Yellow Pages. He sold it for millions and then co-founded X.com, which later became PayPal. When PayPal was sold to eBay for $1.5 billion, he could have retired. Instead, he risked everything on Tesla and SpaceX, and both were this close to failing in 2008. He had to borrow money just to pay rent. Then, SpaceX landed a NASA contract, Tesla found investors, and suddenly he was back in the game. Since then, Musk has achieved things that sound almost not true. Tesla is the most valuable car company in the world. SpaceX is launching astronauts for NASA, landing rockets, and working on the massive Starship rocket, which Musk says will take humans to Mars. Neuralink just implanted its first brain chip into a human. Starlink has nearly 7,000 satellites in orbit, basically giving him his own global internet empire. X is, well, something. Whether it is better or worse, no one is sure, but it is definitely his now. And somehow, despite all of this, he still has time to be a real-life Tony Stark. He is a billionaire who tweets memes, makes ridiculous jokes, and does not take himself too seriously. He once brought a sink to Twitter headquarters as a "let that sink in" joke. He frequently trolls his own followers, makes absurd polls, and randomly announces things like Tesla will accept Dogecoin, just to see what happens. But for every hilarious moment, there is also the other side of Musk. Some people think he is a genius visionary. Others see him as a sociopathic man-child who desperately wants people to like him. He sometimes takes things too far, like making insensitive jokes, pushing conspiracy theories, or making huge business decisions on a whim. He is impulsive, unpredictable, and absolutely obsessed with being the center of attention. So what's next for him? He is still laser focused on Mars, saying that he wants to have a colony there in his lifetime. He is expanding Tesla's self-driving technology and working on Optimus, which is Tesla's humanoid robot. Elon Musk is one of the most influential, unpredictable, and controversial figures alive today. Whether you love him or you hate him, you gotta admit that this man is shaping the future of, well, almost everything at this point. And he's doing it his way, which is the smartest of all the ways. And that was all for today's video. If you want more casual and quick explanations on different topics, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.